Now you can definitely tell that hasn't been cleaned. I mean, that looks like just gray and chalky compared to the rest of the seat.
Alright, so this video is a bit different. Number one, I forgot my tripod when I left my house, so I just had to use my hand, place a camera wherever I could. So that was kind of funny, kind of frustrating that I forgot the tripod at home, which is what I absolutely need to record videos. Anyways, and two, it's not so structured. I go straight into the video. Typically, I'll walk you through the car, inspect it, talk to you about it. And this one we'll just get straight into the video. So it's a bit off, just because I think the tripod thing just threw me off, so that's why the video is kind of funky. But hopefully you enjoy. Oh, and by the way, if you have a detailing business or you want to start a detailing business and want to offer maintenance programs, car washes, interior cleanings on a weekly, bi-weekly, once a month basis, check out this guide I have. It's becoming my second most popular guide that I have on this channel. I put a lot of work into it in terms of the script to use, template, when to do it, what resources you need, how to structure it. You get all that in this little guide that I created. So check the description box down below for that guide, and let's get into the video.
Okay, so on these leather seats, this is a 2004, I believe he said. It's on a Nissan Frontier, and these are leather seats. But I initially, I was going to try out and see what process to use, whether I could just go straight with this brush, if I could go with the upholstery brush, or if I go with this brush attachment here on the polisher. Now, the problem, the thing you have to keep mindful of is that how stiff are these bristles to the type of leather that you're going to clean. Because initially, when I was testing this leather, I agitated with this small brush and I got off very little dirt. Now, if I just said, okay, I'm just gonna go with this brush the entire time, I'd get very, very minimal dirt off of the leather because it was just so stuck to the leather. And then I switched on over to this one and did the same thing, and I got a bit more dirt off, but not enough because of just like the way it feels. It's like dry stuck onto the leather. So it wasn't until I moved over to this brush that's actually agitating enough to remove the gunk. So this one is getting very minimal dirt off. Same thing with this one, and then this one was actually agitating it completely off because it was just so stuck to the leather seat. So be mindful of, make sure like you're using the correct, because I mean, I guess you could keep on using this, you just have to go a lot longer, and that's not something you want. Again, this one could work, but I just feel like the brushes were too soft on this specific leather, so I'm just going by hand with this upholstery brush for the leather seats, and for the leather seats of course, because I always use the upholstery brush for the door panels. But just something to keep mindful of is make sure that the bristles are doing its job, not just, I could sit there and go longer to get the job done, or switch over to more aggressive bristles to just speed up the process. And funny, I forgot my my tripod, funny enough, so I'm like trying to stack it somewhere to see if I can get a good shot. Alright, if you've been on this channel for any length of time, you see me clean plenty of door panels, but if you're new, it's super clean, where I also use Meguiar's D101, diluted 10-to-1 or 4-to-1. Most of the time, I'm using 10-to-1 super clean or Meguiar's D101. They're both all-purpose cleaners. They work great. There's not much of a difference in the APC cleaner. So yeah, super clean or D101 is what I typically use. 10-to-1. I use 2 detail buddy brushes, one big one, one small one, and the upholstery brush with several towels. Now, in some cases, I will use a steamer that I have, the McCulloch 1385 steamer. In this case, I'm just going with the upholstery brush, as you see there, agitating the larger areas, using the smaller detail buddy brush to get into the intricate or more detailed smaller areas, and the bigger detail buddy brush is used to dry out the standing water in the tight intricate areas that was agitated with the small detail buddy brush. And then I always follow it up with 2 towels. One is to get the initial solution off, and then the second towel is to wipe off and buff off any streaks that are remaining. The mesh grill there, that's kind of tricky to clean, especially if there's like a lot of dirt in there, which this one didn't, but the other door panels had a lot more dirt in them. So if you have a steamer, it's super easy. Spray APC, agitate it with a brush, shoot it with a steamer. If you don't have a steamer, you just gotta sit there with the brush and try to play with it as much as you can to agitate those little holes, because that honeycomb is a problem to clean. Okay, I'm gonna try to hold the camera the entire time I'm doing this leather seat. It's gonna be it's gonna be really shaky and off target, so just bear with me here. But as you can tell, there's like a real sheen to it. There's like, just many years of dirt, sweat, gunk just under built up. So there's, you know, you see leather, but there's actually like a very, very light layer of dirt and dust and grime first. Then you got the little clear coat that goes over the leather. Then you got the leather itself. So so it's gonna be a huge difference right now. So I'm gonna start off with, this is super clean diluted 10-to-1 and just a regular spray bottle. So this is 10-to-1. I'm gonna do this section right here and then compare it with everything else. And remember, with leather, it stays on top of the surface, like not like fiber seats or like cloths or cloth material, where once you spray it, it goes into the actual fibers. Here, it always stays on top, so that's why you get so much more sling, and you get a bit more working time because it stays on the top level rather than it going to the cloth sheet, to the actual material. Now, if this is like actual leather, like on like King Ranch leather, then it actually seeps into the leather because that leather doesn't have an actual coating on top of it, unlike most, you know, 90% of the cars out there right now. So there, so you can tell like it's, so then take a, so clean side. Now I know this is dirt, but you have to be careful sometimes. If you're like going overly aggressive, then you could potentially be taking off the actual hide of the leather. So, you know, if you're like just going after it with like a nuke, be careful you're not actually taking off the color of the leather. But here I know this is actual dirt. Okay, let me dry it off now. Dry off all this. Okay, so see, that's the clean side. That's the clean side. This is the not clean side. And I don't know how well it's picking up on camera, but there you go. Like, see that shininess? And over here, nowhere near as much, or at all actually. So that's the difference. It's much more noticeable in person. And let me see if I can change the settings here. I don't know, but yeah, huge difference. I mean, it just noticeably, look how shiny that is. Look how matte that is. So yeah, big difference. So actually, try to do everything else.
Okay, and one thing you want to keep in mind is you want to work in sections. So I'm going to work the side bolster, the middle section, then the other side bolster. And if it's like really hot outside and the product's drying super quick, you may want to work in even smaller sections. Here, the weather was very ideal. It wasn't drying anything up. I had plenty of working time with the solution on the surface. So I could do big areas like that where it's like the entire center section. If it was super hot, if the seat was hot, I would work probably half that section to make sure it wouldn't dry out quick enough, and it was giving me enough time to actually work it into the leather. So based on your weather, you can either do small sections or larger sections. Just keep that in mind.
And as a side note, I'm listening to Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Caterpillar, or To Pimp a Butterfly, I'm sorry. Not that that matters or anything, but just thought I'd let you guys know. So now you can definitely tell that hasn't been cleaned. I mean, that looks like just gray and chalky compared to the rest of the seat. So huge difference now that you can tell. And that's how all the seats are. So there's going to be a huge improvement for the owner that's actually planning on selling this. Huge difference. So now I'm going to touch up this front area. There we go. And another point I want to make out is, and I said this quite a few times on different videos, where initially, the face value of how you look at the car, it's a complete mess. So like this, look like there's a lot of dirt, dust, there's like little stains here and there. But honestly, after you do the first like half initial passing, right? I'm gonna do this so funky because I'm looking at the camera. After you just do it, give it one simple wipe down and inspect the true condition. Let me see. Then at that point, and you let it dry off, of course, so you can see the true condition. Then it's like, oh, it's not really that bad. So yeah, like same thing, like the leather seats when I started, I mean they look terrible, but like after the first 2-3 passes and you wipe it down, you're like, oh, it's not that bad anymore. So, and that's how I look at mostly everything. Parts like this, it's a lot trickier to clean. So yes, there are truly, like, you know, difficult parts to clean, but typically like after the first half initial pass, it's not that bad. So that's just the perspective I look at it. I don't think I've showed cleaning a glove compartment or whatever it is called. So pretty straightforward, especially when it's like empty like this. There's nothing to it. So I'll just give it like one light spray just to get as much whatever I can get off just with a towel. Just get all the big chunks that I can. Cause there's gonna be a lot of areas that I can't get with my hand or towel that I need a brush for. But this is just to get the, you know, the big chunks of everything. Nope. So that's that. And then once that's done, I'll inspect it section by section. So I look at this part and I'll spray it down. I'll use a small brush to get into the intricate areas here. Bring this down. And that's that. So move on to the middle part. And I go for the edges, the real tight parts. And then I use a towel to get as much of that off. And the last part here. And here, since I can't really see that part, I can move here, but move to the side to see everything. And last part. And there we go. Put this back. And we're done. Okay, so check out the contrast between a clean seat and a not so clean leather seat. So look at that, how shiny that far side is compared to this side that I just cleaned right here. Complete difference. The light is not so good, so you can't tell in terms of like the darkness, but I mean, look at it, it's like super shiny, glossy on the far side. In the middle, it's nowhere near, because I took off, I just cleaned it, so all the oils and grease and sweat is off. So big difference. This is Oscar of R3 Detailing. How can I help you? Do we clean car seats? Oh no, we didn't, like you disassembled it or something. Oh no, we simply just clean it. We wouldn't put anything back together. Okay, thank you. Bye bye. As small as the interior that this was, it still took me I started at 9:10. I think I was done by 2 p.m. So it did take me quite a while, even though it wasn't that big. I mean, the leather seats were just hammered. I mean, I was pulling out, and you can see here, even if it's, you know, moving at 4x the speed, there was just thick layers of dirt coming off. So surprisingly, it did take quite a while. I charged $220 for the interior. You guys always like to ask how much I charge for things. So this one, just for the interior, 5 hours, 220 or 230. Forget the exact number, but it was like 220, 230. So yeah, it was really hammered. So good thing I charged accordingly, because of it definitely took the time. Alright, a little bit of an update here. I finished cleaning these 4 mats just with APC, the upholstery brush, and then I get the steamer to blow most of the, I'd hold the mat up and then use the steamer to blow the solution down. And then I'd get the plastic bristle brush, the small one, to scrub in these areas because a lot of dirt still gets stuck in there because the upholstery brush doesn't really do a good job. So I use a smaller upholstery toothbrush looking thing to get that area. And then I just use a towel and run my hands between them as best as I can. I don't get everything, but I let the rest dry off. But I try to get them as much as I can. And as always, you guys know that this is always home base, so I put everything that I need around here, so I know where everything's at any given time. But as far as here, yeah, so the seats are looking way better than how they were when I first got here. I mean, the huge improvement on the seats. Door panels, I mean, it's like 70% done there. I'll touch them up later, just to get the suit, you know, the majority of the gunk off. I mean, this is a really used car, so I mean, we're not going for perfect. They're gonna sell it. I mean, it has been through the ringer quite a few times, so there's gonna be stains or blemishes or stuff that's just not gonna come off. So no worries there. But I got about 60-70% off. I'm gonna touch it up later after I do the wash. Here's the steering wheel, dashboard, headliner. This headliner is already kind of, yeah, it's kind of it's not just old, but it's not the greatest quality material. So you don't want to like go at it overly aggressive because you just make the fibers look like, if you go super aggressive in this one area, you'll clearly tell that you went aggressive in that one area because the fibers will be completely going a different way than the rest of the headliner. So that's something to keep in mind. But everything else has been agitated, wiped down, steamed. So it's looking pretty well. Again, the seats had a huge. They were so dirty. As were the door panels, but the seats definitely took it. Now what I need to do is go and start cleaning the carpet. As you can see, some of the stains there. And then underneath, there's a bit of pet hair. A bit of pet hair back there, but you can't really. Oh, can you? A bit of pet hair right there. You can't really tell. Yeah, you can't really tell. But there's pet hair there. A few stains here and there. Let's go to the other side. Again, it's a 2004 Frontier. So, and like all this, like I'm not even worried about that because that's, you know, that's been there for a while already. All this. So it's gonna take excessive. I mean, it's just not necessary. Again, they're gonna sell it just to make it, again, it's to make it like 10 times better than what it was, and we've achieved that so far. So I'm gonna try to clean up all these little stains here, or as best as I could, because of and the owner actually said that he tried to shampoo his seats on his own, and it was like some red liquid, and like as soon as he started using it, it stained it red. So that was interesting. Don't know what shampoo he was using. Oh, that's as far as it goes. Well, but yeah, it's gonna be a little bit problematic, but we'll see. There's a coffee stain back there, I believe is what he said. His wife spilled some coffee. Gotta touch up that plastic a little bit. As you can tell, it's super dirty. Oh, see back there, you can't really see, but back here there's a little bit of dirt I gotta get. So overall, still going well so far. If it's I started at let's say like 9:10. It is now like 1 o'clock, so 4 hours so far. So that's not too bad. So yeah, after I do the carpets, touch up a few areas here and there, I'll move on to the outside of the vehicle for just a simple wash. Okay, so I started at 9 a.m. Now it's 2 p.m. So I'm at the 5-hour mark, and it's all completed for it is completed. Now I gotta move on to the lights on. Now I gotta move on to the exterior, which is just a wash, but this is just the after. I didn't get so much before, and because I forgot the tripod. I can't believe that's so funny. I forgot the tripod to put the camera on. But yeah, there's it is complete. I just dressed the door panels with Meguiar's Hyper Dressing 4:1. That's my goal. I haven't really played with the other dressings. I gotta touch that up. You can't tell, but from my angle you can tell. I haven't really played with other dilution ratios, but that's what I typically use, 4:1. Clean the mats. The mats are back in place. Leather seats. I mean, the leather seats, huge difference than when I first got here. These handrails, whatever you want to call them, they were actually very dirty here from the back side and from the front side. So always make sure that you're not, like, you know, if you're standing behind it, you're just saying, oh, it's really dirty, let me just clean here. But make sure, obviously, if they're gonna grab it, the front part of this is gonna be dirty as well. So make sure I was checking all around. Same thing with the B pillars. You know, the front side here is gonna look dirty, and then like you miss the back side or the bottom of the B pillar. So always, you know, just the details, inspect everything in different perspectives so you can actually see the totality of how dirty it is. But other than that, pretty straightforward detail, not bad. The seats were really hammered though. I mean, they were really hammered. So on to the car wash.